It's Dr. Ruben West again, back with Dr. Ed Womack, talking about the rebound strategies. If you're in this section, you've already been through the first two, R and E, and now we're to the B. Dr. Ed Womack and the rebound strategies. What does the B stand for?
The B is one that a lot of people probably are not going to be very fond of, but it's really critical. Because in this day and age of the hurry up, get it done, silver bullet mentality.
Right now.
That right now mentality.
Anybody have the right now mentality?
Anybody
you want it right now?
I want it right now, But unfortunately, everything pretty much in life requires that you go through the process.
It's a process.
Yeah. It's a process. So the B in the 7-step strategy is bake it, don't microwave it.
Oh, bake it, don't microwave it.
Bake it, don't microwave it.
And you know what's funny? My grandmother, she's no longer alive, but I remember one day being at her house, and she had cooked this apple pie. Mm-hmm. And I went in and got a piece of apple pie, and it was delicious, by the way. And I put it in the microwave, and I was frustrated because it was taking 30 seconds. I was like, oh my God, this takes forever. And I remember her looking at me and thinking, what? And she said, you all have a world with a fence around it and don't know what to do with it. And she was really critical of the fact that we wanted everything right now. Yep. And so that's a very important strategy that you put in the book, because a lot of people think that success can happen overnight. Or they see people and they didn't know who they were yesterday, but now they're famous. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you saw the last step.
The last step. Exactly.
You didn't see the whole marathon.
Correct.
You saw the last step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the outcome, typically, because I want to circle back to Grandma's apple pie, because see, I'm a big fan of apple pie.
Me
as
too.
well.
I'm just a big fan of pie.
but typically it's got the crust it's got a little crisp to it, right?
Yeah, of course.
The way our grandmothers do it.
Yeah.
But when you put it in a microwave, it just totally destroyed the texture.
Yes. As
well as the taste. It didn't quite taste as well.
No.
As it typically does if you would have just...
Especially fresh out the oven.
Man.
It ain't fair.
And so, like, for life, if you're going through a particular process and you feel as though, okay, I got to make a change. Mm-hmm. I've got to do some things differently. I've embraced the fact that if I keep doing the same things over and over, expecting a different result, it might not land me where I want to be.
Right.
But I can't just press a button. I'm not going to get a silver bullet.
Right.
I got to be willing to go through the process. And sometimes that process entails, stepping outside of one's comfort zone, as we talked about within the Extend and Excel. So these strategies are cumulative.
Oh, yeah.
But
they're in order. Yeah.
They're in order. They're cumulative, but they're modular.
Right.
Because some people may have a little bit of this one, a little bit of that one. But with the bake it, don't microwave it, that was pretty much non-negotiable.
Right.
Because those things that are worth having are worth working for. Yeah. Those things that are going to last typically require some bit of a process in order for them to be able to withstand, one, the test of time, two, the varied nature of my setback survivors that are sitting out there listening to this training and trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I apply? Well, here's the thing. There's no single answer. Yeah. The mileage may vary depending on the ingredients that you snatch off of the mental spice rack. Right. Depending on what you've already brought to the table, right, and where you're going to eventually aspire to be. Yeah. So as you go through that process of baking, not microwaving, you have to understand it's just not going to happen overnight. I look at my situation. When I found myself walking the streets of Decatur as a crack addict, broke, busted, disgusted, without a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out of, totally dejected, right, lost. That didn't happen overnight, Ruben. Right. It took a while for me to get there. Right. And it was really frustrating. And I know somebody sitting out there today is perhaps evaluating their own circumstance, their own trauma that they've gone through, the setbacks that they're either in the midst of or just coming out of. Right. But just hang in there. Right. You're going to have to go through the process. Yeah. Yeah.
I heard a story. And this story was about a home builder. He was a very high-quality home builder, worked for this guy. He was going to be done. The guy asked him, do me a favor, build one more home for me. Okay. And he really didn't want to do it. He had already said that he was going to be done with the process. He wanted to be done. Uh-huh. But he had worked for this guy for a long time, and he just agreed to go ahead and do it. But when he did it, he just cut corners. He didn't bake it. He microwaved it. He cut corners. He didn't use the same material that he normally did. This was going to be the last time he's done it. He wasn't going to get called back, so he didn't really worry about it. And so he just kind of went through the process in a microwave process. When he got the home done and he went and presented it to the builder said, "It's yours.
Wow.
Thank you for all your years of hard work."
Wow.
Right? And so the very thing that he skipped out on was meant for him. I think that what you're saying is sometimes this very process that you're going through, that you're baking, that you want to microwave, no, don't do it. It's meant for you. It's meant for your growth. It's meant for your enlightenment, and that you can't rush it. There's a book called The Outliers that says it takes 10,000 times to create mastery at anything.
Right.
And so maybe let's give or take 1,000, maybe 9,000, 11,000, but it's going to take some time. But the point is that when you master it, you own it.
You own it.
Yeah.
And that's, that's powerful, because one of the things that we suggest is that 21 days is what's typically prescribed to change a habit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg, as we talked about. It's not something that's going to happen immediately. And you really want to make certain that as you proceed through your process of coming back from whatever the setback may have been, certainly, again, I hope that it wasn't drug addiction, womanizing, but it could be eating. It could be any number of things that have caught you in a situation where it's rendered your life unmanageable, rendered your health unmanageable, rendered your relationships unmanageable.
Yeah.
Because as the one of the favorite books that I read or read during and I go back periodically and review it, but the Narcotics Anonymous manual that I use, it suggests that an addict, any addict, can stop, use, and lose the desire to use and find a new way to live. And so what we're suggesting with the baking, not microwaving, is you got to find a new way to live.
A new way to live.
Got to find a new way to live.
Yeah, right now doesn't always work.
Right now doesn't always do it. And, with this whole instant gratification thing that we live with, that means that right now thing, it really short circuits the process, like you were sharing with the builder.
Yeah.
Are you shortchanging yourself?
Yeah, and most of the time you are. Right? Because there's lessons in the process. Mastery is just mastery. And if you shortchange the steps of mastery, you never master it.
You never master it.
Man, that's bake it, don't microwave.
Bake it, don't microwave.
Dr. Ed, when they tune back in, tell them what they can expect. What's the next step?
So the next step when we come back will be optimize opportunity.
Uh-oh.
You don't want to miss
You don't want to miss that. Be back. Optimize opportunity.
If you've been sitting waiting for the answer, if you've been sitting waiting for something that you can get your teeth into and begin to execute on right now, use what's left as it. 21 days or less, and I guarantee you'll begin to see a difference in your life. So what you waiting on? Go ahead, text REBOUND to 555-888 and not only get your copy of Use What's Left, but also get bonus access, which is normally valued at $97. But because we want to make certain that you have everything you need to optimize your rebound, we're going to give you access to the Live Your Best Life video library as well. So go ahead, act today, and watch your rebound take place tomorrow. Peace and blessings until we connect with you again. And thank you so much for supporting and following Use What's Left.